You're tuned in to Psychoactive. Please stay on the line. A representative will be with you shortly.
1, 2, ready, hey! Now please, come on. It's our pleasure. Really, it's our pleasure.
Happy to be here.
Welcome to the Psychoactive podcast. I'm Weston. My buddy Alex over here. Fucking.
It will be when we're recording when I choke on coffee.
Your name will be. Your name isn't right now.
Will be. I'm Alex. You're Weston. Did you play the
that
pouring sound, dude?
That could have gone sloppier. Couldn't have. But no, he's the piece de resistance.
You missed out.
Oh, dude, sounds so good. Maybe a little loud, but that's some good. Here, one more time, just for the people at home.
It's just a beautiful soundbite, dude.
I should have turned the gain up way more. That way we wouldn't have all that.
The air,
but
it's fine.
It's fine. I'm not changing it. That's an OG sound right there. Well, 200 episodes in, we'll still be playing the. Oh, dude, beautiful.
You really can't complain about that. There's so much good about that.
All right, what are we getting into today?
We wanted to talk about our Instagram and SoundCloud first, and Bandcamp.
Because we don't want to address any new changes.
We never plug it. What changes? But better video quality. The last one was shit.
We changed the table. The table goes this way now.
Oh, you mean the biggest visual change that we made.
And then you're over there, and I'm over here. Which always was that way, but the table's different.
Oh, it was that way, wasn't it? Yeah, we're going to be on the same side of the screen.
We can plug our info at the end.
You don't want to do it in the beginning and the end?
I feel like it flows better if it's just like at the end. It's like, all right, and hit us up here.
Who watches all the way to the end, dude?
The true OG fans, dude.
I always do, myself, when I'm watching a podcast. Because what if you miss some shit, you know? You don't want to miss anything.
Right. I mean, if you actually like the podcast, like, oh, we got a half burnt right here.
Yeah,
this was just one of the random ones.
Really, no matter how long it is. Yeah, it's just
this is. Hopefully, it rocks our world. Puts us in a new dimension.
Hopefully. Okay.
But
so I guess we won't plug our shit yet. We'll plug it after the fact.
I mean, we could plug it now, just because
our Instagram is
you already brought it up.
@the_shafts. Our SoundCloud is @wearetheshafts, one word, and our Bandcamp is _shafts. So they're all different.
Kind of.
But we finally have our stuff on more than one website. We have our music on the Bandcamp, and we have our podcast on basically the Instagram and the SoundCloud. And yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's podcasting.
What we're talking about every day. It's a little meta. We got actual topics.
Yeah, I have a bunch of news stories here that we're going to talk about.
Is that what we're jumping into first?
Sure. Did you want to? Did you have anything else you wanted to say? Any critiques about our last podcast? We had some comments. Did you want to do shout-outs? Do you want me to do that?
Well, shout out Evan Berryman, one of my buddies. I went to school with him. I've known him since kindergarten. Hopefully he's listening to episode 3, which we just put up, and hopefully he's listening to episode 4. Hey, Evan, just wanted to say hello. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the good vibes you sent us, and just wanted to send them back to you. Yeah. And we also had a comment. What was it on our first?
That was our second video.
We had a comment. YouTube said it was potentially spam. Yeah. We don't know if
it was Kurt Cave.
Kurt Cave, KHURT KHAVE. Yeah. Shout out to Kurt Cave for being the first person we don't know to put a comment on one of our podcasts, dude.
This is a big deal, dude. Yeah, we don't
supporting the boy Yang. He said Yang 2020. So thanks for jumping into the conversation, and we appreciate you guys. So that's a little bit of the love you get with the Psychoactive podcast. You come over here, you come in our little circle, and we welcome you in. We say, hey, what's going on?
With open arms.
So if you guys are surfing the web, you're just bored one day surfing through YouTube, and you come across us
Doing this?
Doofuses, just doing this, just chilling. Say, you know, even if you hate us, just be like, hey, fuck you guys.
Yeah, we hate you.
We will literally shout you out.
We'll like it, probably.
Hate, love, give it to us.
Give us everything.
We're all about controversy.
Well, I mean, that's how you grow, you know? The good and the bad.
It's all about exactly. It's the fertilizer for life.
I was like watching some video the other day about some guy who's talking about criticism, and he was like, guys who like only listen to their good shit, they never like improve. You know?
What do you mean listen to their good shit?
Like people that are like never told no.
Right.
Like an example was like J.J. Abrams with the Star Wars series. Apparently like everyone was he was just surrounded by yes men. So like he would just get his way with like whatever he wanted with the movie. And,
even if it's a bad idea.
Right. Because they were just going to say yes, you know, because it's him. And that's important, you know. You can't just only listen to the good things.
Right.
Like the bad shit is actually what helps you more, you know? Because you learn what to improve, you learn what you suck at. You told me what I was good at and bad at, so we can improve the podcast.
It's because I love you, dude.
I know. I love you too, man.
No, yeah, for sure. I'm definitely... It's easy to get stuck in those habits of being like... For me, like, you know what you're doing is shitty, or like, you know maybe you shouldn't be doing something, but like, no one's told you not to do it, so right. I'm just going to keep doing it. When it's like, the onus is on you to not be as good of a person as you can be, but also... The onus is on you for because you've got to live around those people. So if someone's like being shitty, whether it's family or friends, and you can let them continue to be shitty, that's also on you, like their behavior.
Because you didn't say anything about it.
Right, because you never said anything, because you wanted to be nice or you didn't want conversation, which is another issue I'm struggling to get past is I don't like confrontation. I'd rather not say anything. Yeah. So
well, that's what we work on with like this podcast too, because you like come to ideas with me, I come to ideas with you. Some suck, you know, some are good, you know, but I feel comfortable.
Just
like,
to flesh out the ideas,
right? And like, you know, getting feedback from you, and like even if you say no, it's like okay, so it must not be that good,
right? Or with you, like I'll give you an idea, and then you'll just like laugh, and I'll be like, huh, so was it? Oh, haha, okay, all right, I guess. I'll just never say that again.
Yeah, if I laugh.
And then I'm confused, and I don't know if you hate me or love me, and then I go to my room, and I close the doors, and I turn off the lights, and I get under the covers, and I just cry for hours.
That's sad. You look like you're about to cry right now. Stop.
No,
you're about to make you.
I'm not crying.
Don't
right
cry,
now. It's
dude.
just sometimes.
Dude, this podcast is great. There's no need to cry.
No, dude. That doesn't make any sense, but I was just like...
We have it.
We have it, dude. Why not use it? We need like a sad... Oh, we need like a world's smallest violin. Like,
oh, yeah?
No. So if like you're telling me something sad, I'll just be like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, right.
Playing the world's smallest violin right here for you, baby. This is not really that sad.
Is that what you're saying?
Right. I would be... Damn, I actually got some real tears rolling.
Yeah.
Hollywood execs, hit me up. I can cry in command. Top tier actor over here. I'm the next James Bond. I'm going to be the next James Bond
because
after
you can cry on command.
Elba.
That's why?
Yeah, because James Bond cries all the time.
I think that's what he's known for, actually. You're actually crying.
Every time that's what I said. Hollywood execs, hit me up. You heard it here first. Real tears.
I didn't think you'd still be crying is the thing, you know. Clearly, you're thinking about something emotional.
It comes from deep-rooted childhood
drama.
drama.
I feel like it has to come from
somewhere. It has to, dude.
Like, you can't just make yourself cry.
If I just pretend to be sad... I can just kind of just like slowly, they'll come.
You'll just cry.
I'll just start crying. No, I was a big crier as a kid.
Yeah, you told me that.
Like in elementary school. Did we talk about that on the first
I don't know
podcast?
if we talked about that on the podcast.
Maybe we were just talking about it, yeah. Like blubbering crying. Like I was the kind of crier where I would be crying so hard that hours after the fact, I would still get one of these. I'd still be like...
Like sniffling and
like gasping. Sniffling, but like literally like gasping, like it would be like a muscle spasm almost, because like
you're just quivering.
I would be right.
Like
you literally blubbering, like like hyperventilating. You're crying so hard. Was
that recently? Was that like teenage years?
Yeah, this was last week.
Oh damn.
But no, and I'm just gonna add, not because of any trauma I faced. Like this was like me being a shitty kid who didn't know how to deal with his emotions, like something minor would happen, I'd fly off. So yeah, which I feel like it probably is the only reason kids like blubber. Like I feel like you don't blubber cry from trauma. You just like quiet under the covers cry.
Ashamed, just away from people. That's the kind of crying.
All right, too real.
And that's what people.
Dude, this podcast and shit is easy, dude. Easy.
I mean, it's easier than a lot of things, but it's more difficult than some things.
I'm just joking because we're just like on a roll right now. We got a good flow going.
It's always about the flow, my guy.
It's all about that flow.
Do you want to get into some music news, dude?
This shreddy lettuce. Let's do it.
All right, so I have how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 articles about music news and a couple about our boy Andrew Yang, not Jeremy.
Dude, you put respect on my boy's name, dog.
I know.
Let's probably preface this. I don't know what these articles are, so it's sort of gonna be a him to me. Talk
It's a new segment.
New segment. It's called
Reveal.
Give Weston news articles, and he'll say what he thinks about them.
He'll
and
look
Alex
at them.
will reply to what Weston said about them.
Yeah.
And it starts new dialogue about that article.
There we go. That's the title.
The movie.
Oh, it's just called The Movie?
Part 2.
So that's the name of the segment. That's super long-winded.
Right.
Okay.
So it's I put my hands up because hopefully we'll put the effects.
You think I'm going to put text?
We'll put the text
that whole thing
perfectly to my hands because it's going to be like a rainbow kind of, was what I was thinking. And if you could have that to me by Thursday, that would be great.
Is that 5 days? No, it's 6 days. Well, that's when we're supposed to upload.
I just chose a day, to be honest. I'm just fucking with you.
Our uploads are relatively consistent. They're like every 5 to 6 days, you know? Not every week. Well, they are every week, but they're not like weekly.
We haven't been thinking about them, though. We just have been doing them.
Right. It's good to just do them, I feel like.
Right.
You know?
The more we can crank out.
Yeah. We'll crank out, you know, quality content, you know what I'm saying?
Just keep cranking. All right, well, hit me up with these articles.
First one here, and in no particular order. These are all just random, so it makes it more interesting. Cassettes launch a comeback tour, I guess. So
never heard of them. Next.
No, it's not a band.
Cassettes, like the cassette tapes?
Yeah, the music industry has rebooted the production of cassettes.
That's what I thought you meant, but then you said tour.
Right, that's the name of the article. That's why I don't know why it said that.
What does it say? What does it say?
It's called Back to the Future Cassettes Launch Comeback Tour. I don't know why they call it that.
Makes it seem like it's a band called Cassettes.
We weren't around for cassettes, really. That's kind of after our time.
I definitely had cassettes when I was like really young.
Right, like real young.
Right, never in like my teenage years.
You remember your favorite cassette, dude? Like as a kid?
To be honest, I think... Dude, honestly, I feel like I was mostly using CDs. I feel like it would just be like every once in a while, like we would just have something that was only on cassette, and like we still had cassette players in the car. Yeah. And so... But I feel like I have a memory of like having cassettes where... Put it into the stereo, but I don't remember any particular one. How about you?
Not like specifics. I just remember there was like this super shitty like kids song that I used to make my dad play all the time.
Nice.
In the cassette player, and it was like this white tape. I feel like it was like Old MacDonald.
Wait, hold on.
Dumb shit like that.
Wait, hold on. Continue.
You need to stop that for that. You should have done the explosion with the burp.
We should just have a burp. No, we'll sample that and then we'll have.
Oh, we'll sample that burp. Okay.
Dude, that's what we should do. We should go back through and sample ourselves, so we have like hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be so. I want
one of me going poopy poop.
Well, do it right now, dude.
It's poopy poop. Well, no, I'll take it from the original.
It's poopy poop. The original? When did you say poopy poop?
I mean to toot my own horn, but I was watching back on that one. I was dying by myself, Jesus just like Christ. I'm hilarious. Which is it's narcissistic, but I literally was laughing at jokes I made. Not in any egotistical way. I genuinely found myself funny is all I'm saying. All I'm saying is I'm a funny guy. That's all I'm insinuating. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else or that anybody, is worse
just
than me.
Just that this is your podcast?
Just that this is my podcast. I'm just kind of here. Psychoactive with Weston Kinghorn and Alex Urbanski. And yeah, we're in it to win it.
All right, back on cassettes, because these are, I don't think they should be produced anymore. Like, people don't have cassettes.
Why are they? Yeah, we kind of trailed off. Why is it some sort of nostalgic thing, it sounds like?
I don't know. I feel like the people who,
what is the
are
article?
Going after them.
What are the facts?
You want me to go into the article?
What are the facts? Well, okay. Is there any,
Here, let me get a number here. Around 2,000 CDs cut the business, which made us,
What is that? Wait.
Cut the business of cassettes, basically, in the year 2000.
Oh.
And then in the mid-2000s, they started... Who did? The Smashing Pumpkins and Pearl Jam.
Does it say it's like some company that's like doing it, or they're coming back for some reason?
National Audio They bought 300,000 reels of tape from South Korean company that gave up their music tape production. Basically, they stockpiled all of these, so now they're gonna start putting shit on them, I guess.
It might be.
And it's all like old bands that like used to have cassettes like for their music, I guess. So I guess that
are doing what? That are making, because they're making new ones,
right?
So why?
I guess it's
why
just
would the old ones? I'm thinking it could be like maybe they're trying to get ahead of the curve. You know how vinyl's really big. Kids love having record players and having vinyl, even though it's crazy expensive now.
Especially to like make vinyl, dude.
Right.
You need to like put so.
I
much
say right
down.
as if I knew that, but I'll say yes because I didn't.
It's what I studied, dude. Vinyl is very expensive to make, and like it's almost not worth it.
What's it made out of?
Vinyl? I don't know.
It's made out of vinyl.
I don't know what the material is
I'm sure
called.
it's vinyl.
I think
because that's what they call it.
I don't know what it is.
I'm just not using my thinking brain.
It's basically not really worth it, except if you want to stand out and be like, "Yo, I got fucking." We have
well, it has like that unique sound. I don't know. That's well, cassettes. I mean, no one. I mean, people.
I think they all have their own unique sound. All like the different playback.
Right. Well, no, because like mixtape, beat tape. Like people, we use the word tape, and like lo-fi is getting really big. So like imagine like someone coming out with like a lo-fi beat tape on an actual cassette tape. Like I feel like there might be a new movement where people are like, oh dude, no, cassettes are dope.
Thing,
like a hipster thing.
It's a hipster
like you gotta go buy a fucking cassette player that you're gonna carry
for like $100,
like an
eBay.
asshole.
Yeah. Well, it
Maybe
says here, like literally that. He said it's precisely 20 somethings that sing.
So
they're
is
seeking
coming back
something
into fact?
tangible instead of like just digital. So I guess that's it. They want to collect it basically.
Honestly, like imagine some sort of like post-apocalyptic scenario. Like maybe you could find a way to power a stereo and CDs, but if you don't have the cloud and servers and computers up, there's no music that we all have now. We're like used to having on Spotify or like Apple Music.
And distribution's so much fucking different with streaming, dude. You can get it anywhere. You can stream wherever.
Right.
It's music rather than
right. You don't have to sell the cassette. Just literally have the
exactly to be able to listen to it. It's fucking stupid. All right, we're done with cassettes now. Next article.
Fucking cassettes. I don't know. I kind of am considering listening to cassettes.
It's because you're a hipster fuck.
No, because just the thought of listening to like lo-fi beats. Like imagine taking like a 1 hour lo-fi mix and just like having it like, just sliding it in. Dude, just that. Next article.
You don't want to use the explosions. You just use them randomly,
dude. No, dude. Just like a nice lo-fi beat tape on a cassette, dude. Mwah, dude. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, dude. That was delicious.
That was a silky smooth.
All right, excuse me. This next one is about Cardi B. Do you know who she is?
I'm aware of the girl.
Do you listen to her music?
Not regularly. I like a few. Don't laugh. Don't berate her as if her music is shitty. She's a popular artist. I've listened to her a few of her songs. I'm not huge into her style. I think
like
it's
this incense, by the way, dude. Okay, this one almost has nothing to do with her music.
Sweet.
So you don't have to like understand. Cardi B applies to trademark occur.
Occur. That's how you're supposed to say it.
Yeah,
it's
OKURRR. It's not a word. But
some people put a T at the end. Occur. Oh, damn, that was a bad one. Occur.
So you know the sound?
I know the sound. Okay. I'm familiar.
She's filed to trademark her catchphrase / sound effect.
I wonder. Well, I don't even get what that entails. Like, do you?
You literally just tell them
I guess that prevents anyone else. Does that prevent anyone else from doing it at all? Like in any commercial sense? I guess.
Exactly like she does it. And if they do, they'd have to give her credit and or pay her.
I mean,
that's how copyright
Get your money up. Your money up. I don't know.
Are people saying that a lot? I mean, I guess if you're like...
absolutely. I mean, people are saying it like casually, like to each other.
In any video that occurs, she would get money off that.
I don't think...
If this trademark like goes through. This was posted today.
Oh, well, that's going to be a sound, and she can't take it from us. I'm going to put it on the... I'm going to take her voice saying it, and we're going to use it. I'm writing that down. Because that'd be a great sound to add.
Well, her saying that? It would be. Also just random rappers doing their little voices and shit. There's a pen right there, her pencil. You just use that.
I need... but I want my Uniball. But I want my Uniball.
There's a specific pen?
Found it. Crisis averted.
So... Apparently, Taylor Swift tried to do the same thing with phrases like "this sick beat" and "we never go out of style."
Why would she own the copyrights to this sick beat? None of her music has sick beats in them.
I wouldn't say they do.
I wouldn't classify them. They've got beats.
Sick beats.
I wouldn't say
Right.
sick beat. That sounds like, like some sort of EDM music or like a rap song has a sick beat, not
Taylor Swift.
trying to think. Trouble. Actually, that song goes pretty hard. But
is the beat the reason
is
you
the beat
listen to
sick?
it? No.
Sneeze on the beat and the beat got sicker. Something.
You want to move on to another
Beyonce.
one?
What?
That was just a mildly interesting one. Do you want to move on? This one's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's I can't get too much into that.
Louis Vuitton pulls Michael Jackson-inspired clothing from new collection.
Have you seen the documentary?
No, but
Leaving Neverland.
I
have not.
I think we talked about.
I've heard pretty damning things. I hate.
So
to
this
say.
makes sense. You think so? I mean, look at the picture of this shirt. Like people that like
First
Michael
of all,
Jackson
that's an atrocious shirt.
I hate that.
Bookmark.
But
this so
they
we can
would.
use this
But
image,
they would like that. So we can come back to it. You mean?
Right. So you can put it on the screen for people. Right. But
I mean, it's not good.
The thing is,
but I feel like it has nothing to do with like that thing. People like him for his
music
too.
I mean, people are.
But I mean,
his image is just it's not okay now.
Right.
In public, even though it gets weird. Like in the back of my mind, I was always under the impression like I don't think he did it. No research at all. Just like from what I've heard, and
it just seemed like far fetched.
But I'm sure if I had looked at the evidence, I would have been like, but from what people are saying in this documentary.
Did you watch it?
I did not watch it, but everyone that has watched it is saying, oh yeah, he touched those kids. But, that's fucked up. And I think people are right to be like, oh, I don't want to listen to his music anymore. I don't want to do anything associated with him. Which is like, people say we need to separate the art from the artist. And that's true.
That's kind of how I view it. Like where he makes music, So that's why I feel like people that just listen to him for his music would want the shirt, just to wear it.
Well, okay. First of all, you said Louis Vuitton. That is an atrocious shirt. Can I see that again? The way those shoes and
the socks look
a giant and like. I get that it's Michael Jackson. I'll be like, oh, that's Michael Jackson, but that kind of looks like a shitty drawing. Like, is it a drawing?
It looks like a drawing, yeah.
It looks like a shitty 80s parody shirt with it's kind of blurry and it looks like a fucking Prince music video. I don't know
if that's the only shirt, but
I
think so.
I think we do need to separate the art from the artist, but at the same time, I don't blame people who can't.
It's a pretty heinous act.
Right. And definitely there's a spectrum of shit that happens, but it's hard to separate the art from the artist. If he did that and you try to listen, I was never a big Michael Jackson fan, so I never listened to his music a whole lot. But if I did and I'm listening to his music now, I'm gonna think about that. So
yeah, for sure.
What we gonna do, mate?
It's basically just gonna come up whenever you see his name now. It's not even.
That'd be another good soundboard ad. You're writing it down.
We're just gonna keep referencing Michael Jackson. Apparently, it's a 65-piece collection, so it's not even just.
Holy
that shirt.
Shit! Are they all of that? Are you looking at?
I hope they're not that. No, that doesn't have pictures of them. It just says it here. Yeah, so they're just doing it so they don't look like they just promote child bad things happening to them.
Child bad things.
I don't want.
That's what it says in the legislation.
Yeah, that's the actual wording. That's what they use to condemn him. All right.
Oh shit! That was pretty loud. Holy fuck!
What was
the intro song?
Oh, it always is. It's fine.
It's fine.
Where are we at? Are we 10 minutes in?
We're up 10 minutes. Do you honestly think it's been 10 minutes? We're getting close to 30 minutes. We're at 27 minutes right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we've been flowing,
Bro,
dude.
we've been flowing. All right, moving on. Okay, not this one. I don't want to talk about this one yet. All right. Woodstock.
I do want to talk about that
Woodstock 50, dude.
Dude, that lineup
Did you look at the lineup?
Impossible.
I didn't even look at the lineup.
The tickets, I saw someone was saying tickets are going to be thousands and thousands of dollars. So I looked at ticket prices and they're not available now. So I don't know how much tickets are going to be, but
The Killers, Miley Cyrus, Santana, the Lumineers, the Raconteurs. My God, there's a lot of bands. Yeah. We can put this picture up too.
Ridiculous. But I've also heard people like criticizing it because like that's not where the original Woodstock it was.
No, it's not.
And I think like some people are saying, I feel like I've seen people say that like they just use the Woodstock name, but I don't know if they've all like every Woodstock has been the same company.
The artists they have are not like.
It's not like in the vein of what it used to be.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
It's like it's pop like
it's just
super
using
pop.
the name to get people to come see.
Exactly.
Even like look at the day 3. These Imagine Dragons, the
Nickelback
of our time. Do we really need them to be performing on the 3rd day?
Okay, I feel like what's happening to Imagine Dragons, what happened to Nickelback is like it's like a meme that's like hating them. So like,
bro, they're so not good though.
They're not terrible. Like they're good enough they're good enough to like have people like their music, like
to pander to the lowest common denominator of people that like pop rock music.
I mean,
they just make the same shit over and over again, and they're so just arbitrarily bad.
I just like playing devil's advocate. I don't like seeing things like, especially like I don't like putting out there, especially since we're recording this. Like, this is the way it has to be, and like,
well, we're just having a conversation, you know. We're just talking about it.
I always like think of every possible, but I mean I'm just saying like no I'm not a fan. Like I'm sure they do like are like kind of hacky and do that shit, but I'm not gonna give any of my energy like hating a band for fun, you know.
It just is what it is.
I'm just the bigger person is all I'm trying to say.
There's so many people here. 400,000 people attended the first Woodstock.
But yeah, that looks more impressive than Coachella. That looks like crazier than Bonnaroo. That's
There's
just
so
like
many bands, dude.
Literally everyone's coming. Everyone's coming. Yeah, it's got to be so much money.
I mean, whatever.
Like, you ever heard a song? Well, the band's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Oh, the birthday song? Yeah, those guys are gonna be there.
All right. Next here we have a news about R. Kelly. You like that guy?
Dude, big fan of the cult. Yeah. What about him?
The what?
The sex cult?
The sex cult. What is that?
Are you living under a rock,
you
my
can just
dude?
explain it, you know, whatever.
You're right. I'm sorry. There was a on Lifetime, you know, the
channel
channel with all the
we don't know about channels anymore. That's a thing of the past.
Yeah, fuck. People who still have cable are chumps, but that's for a topic for another day.
Dude. They're all old people. And
fucking
like parents.
Yeah, old, like 35
like
plus.
Fucking 27.
Gross.
Dude. Elderly motherfuckers.
Like they're off their health insurance, 26,
right.
Dude, off their parents' health insurance.
Old motherfuckers.
God damn it. What are we talking about?
R. Kelly.
So there was a documentary on Lifetime that documented his what he would do is like he solicit. I didn't watch it, so this is all what I've heard of what
the
he's
news
done.
Stories.
The gist is that he had women who he would groom and bring into his house and basically like Stockholm syndrome, like he's fucking R. Kelly, so they are enamored with him, and over time like he takes away their rights and he keeps them locked in their fucking rooms, no phone, no nothing. He feeds them when he feeds them, like when like he decides when they get fed, like yeah, weird shit.
When did that happen?
And this has been happening the past few years apparently.
Oh. And
I don't know if he's like been indicted on anything. I haven't heard him. Yeah, I heard that he has.
Well,
he had an interview.
Well.
All right, the big reveal.
R. Kelly asked the judge to allow him to perform shows in Dubai after he was charged last month with 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse.
So he was charged.
For allegedly, well, it says allegedly, assaulting 3 underage girls and 1 adult woman.
I think it was somewhere like in like it was like about a dozen women, like total.
So he only got charged with about 10.
Yeah, I may be wrong, but that's what I feel like. But yeah, that's crazy, dude. Speaking of that shit,
so he's like,
there's a clip of him.
What?
There's a clip of him. The H3 podcast, they've been showing it a bunch. Hilarious. He's playing a show. I want to say it's in Ethiopia, which is like of all places. He's playing a show in Ethiopia and he's singing. Fucking what did he say?
Is it Trapped in the Closet? Is that what he was saying?
No. No, I wish.
That's the only good thing.
I'm trying to think of how the tune goes because I'm going to sing it. Oh, no, yeah, he goes. This is how he goes. Because, like, think about it, like, I feel like this is how he's getting these women, like, somehow. Like, in his mind. But he's singing to them. So this is during his show. He goes, "Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, do you wanna come home with Rob to America? And he sings it over and over. Like, literally, like, do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Because it's
like
sex
literally
cult time.
bring you back. Right. Oh, Jesus.
Like, what?
Like at a show, he was just singing this, like, to an audience?
Exactly.
What the fuck?
I'll have to show it to you later.
This dude's messed up.
I guess we can,
Wow.
We can watch clips in the future. We can, like, watch clips and then overlay the video on top of...
Like, watch it, like
we can watch it on, like, on your computer or probably on your computer and react to it, and then we can... Because I don't think, like, it's fair use. We might get copy stricken, but it's fair use to comment on
to
things.
say things about it, right, yeah. We wouldn't get a strike for that, just for, like, having it on there, too, while we're, like, talking about it.
Right.
So we're transforming it.
Exactly.
So it falls under fair use.
This beautiful format we've got here going on.
All right, so we have one more music article to go into before I go into some Andrew Yang articles.
Hit me with it,
we want
baby.
to talk about him some more on the podcast, because he's our boy.
Young guy.
So this one's titled, Every Music Company is Morphing into the Same Thing. What do you think about that?
Music company in the sense of...
Record labels, management companies,
So, like, moving towards, like, a streaming model, sort of?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know much more about it than the headline.
Is this why I'm the music coordinator?
What?
I'm not the music guy. Don't worry, man. All right. So
I just don't know.
Let me read what this thing's like right below.
Give me some context.
It says record labels are becoming streaming services. Talent management companies are becoming record labels, and distributors are having a go at becoming managers. And then that leaves artists just kind of stuck in the middle.
Well, fuck it. The thing is, more and more every year, it's easier to do the things that record labels could do for you 50 years ago.
Yep.
So, I mean, even today, like, in certain situations, it's beneficial to, like, sign with a big name record, and they can, they have way more networks laid down, money to give you and shit,
resources. Yeah.
What I'm hoping, I'm optimistic. Ambitious.
Are you ambitious?
As ambitious as I can be. I'm optimistic that, other creators will be able to band together to help each other do our own shit independently and keep as much money as possible in-house or getting distributed to other creators. Like,
rather than it just going to a corporation or a company.
So, like, we work with artists for album artwork. We work with, dancers for shows. We work with visual artists for shows, things like that. And you create communities of people, maybe through the internet, maybe through local communities of people. And you can have, like, a lot of people. Like, if you can have, like, 100 people where so many people do different shit, so many different people do different things. And if you have events like that, 100 people is 100 people, like, in a local space.
Yep.
It's a lot of people. Where you're all, contributing for each other. Sounds communist. No, I'm joking.
It sounds like more community based rather than, like, corporation based.
Right. Because, like, anymore, making money off of the song is harder. I feel like we've got to find ways to make money off, like, the experience of it. So, like this podcast, shows, obviously. This podcast that people enjoyed enough over time, paying into it for maybe, like, a Patreon model where we have certain perks,
like tiers and
stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, Patreon is really has really broken through kind of like that idea of being able to, like, work for yourself as a content creator, as a creative. Right. And
it's because they let you do whatever you want. If you want to pay them, here, you can use this service to pay them, And it's just like, it kind of gives you, like, incentive, like, because I feel like if you have no one paying you, like, on there, it's like, well, like, who are you doing this for,
Right.
Then if you have, like, one guy, you're like, oh, this guy, he cares enough to, like, give you $5 a month or some shit,
right,
to, like, keep you going.
And that would mean the fucking world to me,
right?
But
just someone that like believes in like what you're doing and like here, it'll give you some incentive to keep doing it.
Like the big boy Evan, who's listening at home. Evan, we love you. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll have you on as a guest on the podcast.
That'd be cool.
We'll talk about what you're doing in your life.
Have we talked about that? About like having guests? I think we like might have mentioned it before.
I'm just down to like, I don't think we need to worry about having guests like as a continuous thing.
Just like sporadically.
Right, sporadically. If we have someone like we like and we want to talk to them, like a friend or something.
Yeah, dude. We should get the ball rolling with these first. That's what we're doing.
Right, and get more set up.
Yeah.
More really like painful. I like being in this flow, but like, so like we were sitting here for 2 hours, kind of diddling away.
That's probably why it's flowing so well, just because we were just
bored out of our minds.
Yeah, well, looking for things to talk about.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to figure it out.
But going back to the future of content creation.
Basically, streaming services are becoming the distributors, and you don't need a record label anymore. Like, you don't need to get signed by someone to make it if you have, like, a good song and you can somehow get exposure. But, like, that's what they do, is that they help you get exposure and they give you, like, the funding to, like, record and do all of that, like, beforehand. Then you have to pay all that back. So, like, if you can somehow manage to, like, record everything yourself, master it yourself, do all that yourself, and it's like good, and you release it, like all that's yours, all the money that you would make.
Right, yeah.
Rather than having to like split off the payments to like all these different people who like worked on it and shit like that.
Well, when you think about the fact that the way our society works, at least like capitalist society works, in my experienced brain on this topic, but like we're all working for each other, creating value that we trade for money. I feel like you can just transpose that onto a creative economy. So like, what if you had, and this sounds like kind of like a pipe dream. I'm like thinking like you're just pushing money around, but like 1,000, and like you can scale this up, but like 1,000 people who are all creators, and say each one of them. Well, that wouldn't work. I'm thinking. Well, no, okay. No. 1,000 people, and each one of them is subscribed or has 100 people subscribed to them of that 1,000. Or maybe I'm thinking 10,000 people.
And that's what that would be, right? 100 people.
I'm just saying, like, if every single person is a creative, but every single person also gives money to other creatives out of what they get from other creatives, and it's kind of like the economy flows.
The music economy of itself.
Or even like art, any art, any creation.
Isn't someone talking about like some like music currency, like kind of like a Bitcoin, but like just for like creators? I remember someone talking about that, where like that would like give you an opportunity to like make money, but it's like you wouldn't. I don't know how much they would be worth, like dollars wise, but like if you would be able to like transport it.
What would you do with them?
Don't know. That's what they would need to figure out, But like just
make
like
it work, and there it is.
Well, like Bitcoin itself, like
right,
it's just a
like
whole nother currency. Exactly. Like it only has value if we like ascribe value to it and like say it's worth this much.
But regardless of this would be a good transition. This is a good segue for the next topic. What I'm about to say would be a good segue for the next topic, which is baby Yang Gang, get that boy in the office, give us that fat bag.
Dude, this article is about Bitcoin and Andrew Yang.
Nice. Because, like, if you have $1,000 free every month to do whatever you want, that's going to explode the creative economy.
And that's
now, whether or not that actually happens, what?
That's what Andrew Yang's saying, too. That's, like, what he's, like, preaching. Like, more creative people will, like, be able to do what they want to do.
Because, honestly, if you really don't have that high of expenses, and you can live in a cheap place where rent, well, $1,000... might be about rent for some people. I'm really used to low rent living here, but at the same time, maybe you're doing something on the side. Like $12,000 isn't a lot of money, but it's enough to where you're not like dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how much? Like almost all of your time could be spent doing what you love. If you don't give a fuck about money or having like a lot of expenses,
right? Like if you spend it wisely,
right?
Yeah,
you're not like going on trips or like doing crazy shit, going out to eat all the time,
right?
That's huge.
Mm-hmm. Imagine like the stress that would take off like so many fucking people, like just getting $1,000 a month. You'd have to work. You'd be able to work less. You know, you'd have more time
But
with your family and friends and like being able to do that shit. It's just like the only bad thing is like, where's it coming from?
Right. Where's it? Well, no. Well, where does he say it's coming from?
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, how many of the top companies through fucking loopholes, corporations, pays no taxes? That's fucking ridiculous. And they have all that fucking money to just give their CEOs a shit ton of fucking money in bonuses when we have laws that require corporations to pay taxes, but there's fucking loopholes so that they don't. Like Google, no taxes. Amazon, no taxes. Like all these fucking... The biggest of the fucking big corporations are giving nothing back. Now, granted, they create a lot of jobs and they are a big stimulus to the areas in which... they operate.
Right.
But if the law is that you we need that money. And like also, not just the corporations, the ultra fucking rich use those loopholes, putting money in the Cayman Islands or Swiss bank accounts.
Yeah.
And
to avoid taxes.
Right, to avoid taxes, just pushing their money around. That's where money can come from. Close those fucking loopholes.
I think
First
that's
of all,
the challenge.
second of all,
how do you do that?
Second of all, $500 fucking trillion, isn't it? About like on war every year, and easier said than done to just stop the fucking war profiteers, the war machine to keep spinning. But
literally, it's crazy. Think about how much one rocket costs. How much do you think one rocket costs?
Right, more than
$1,000 probably.
More than dude, I'm sure like the most expensive rockets cost millions.
Oh
like,
yeah.
The crazy good ones. Not just the boomies, but the pointy, shooty, tracky ones. The tracky,
I don't know what those are called, but yeah.
Dude, so what they do is they go...
ones?
Dude, so what happens is it goes beep, 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 beep. Terrorist located.
That was good use of the sound effect.
And, dude, like, $3 million gone. Homes decimated.
Yeah, but we literally pay for that. Every time
we do, and that's what's fucked up. And I like that Andrew Yang. It's kind of weird. Have you seen how he said we should choose where 1% of our taxes goes?
No, but I definitely remember saying something like that. How like we should do that.
Right. I think you've said that in the podcast.
Previous podcast, yeah. That's a great idea, dude. I feel like that should already be a thing, though. I feel like that's not something that we should have to add.
It's a good idea for stuff, but at the same time. It's got to be balanced out by the amount of stupidity that would allow. Because if no one is like
could you only choose specific things?
Right, you can't let 100% like people be like, oh well, I'm only gonna give it to education, because then like there's no money for infrastructure, there's no money for like we need regulations to like keep the amount of money we need for things to keep going to those things.
Mm-hmm. I feel like 1%'s a low enough number though to where like people would like be able to choose. Like people have enough varied interests in different things that they want to be improved that one person or like one community choosing that is not going to have like a drastic impact on like one specific thing. Or like if they really need like the roads done, everyone's going to like want to put money into that, so they just get it done.
But then if it's an absolute choice, people are just going to.
What if you can change it like every year? You would if you don't want to keep putting it into like the roads, you can put it into education.
It still would have to be perfect timing.
So I mean,
it would still have to be some sort of percentage of because people are dumb. Like they would just choose random shit or something. I don't know.
You want me to talk about this article I found about him though? It says why the Bitcoin price would skyrocket if Andrew Yang becomes president.
Dude, honestly, bro. I think that sounds plausible. Give me some facts. Honestly,
so it's basically he just talks about universal basic income and how everyone will receive $1,000. And how he accepts Bitcoin, so.
But just imagine someone who's already fine. They've got a well-paying job. But they've got $12,000 a year to invest in whatever they want. Mm-hmm. Just no worries. And did you know there's a I don't know what you'd call it, but when you're investing, you can cover $3,000 of losses are tax deductible. So like if you invested and you lost $3,000, you could write that off your taxes, so you didn't really lose it.
You just get it back.
You just get it back. And I wonder if that would work with the freedom dividend, whether or not that would apply. I mean, it's still your money, right? So I don't know why it wouldn't.
I don't know, man. He just thinks that if people have more money, they're gonna spend more money, and that, like,
right.
And they'll just be more like willing to like try out things that are like possible, you know, things that are like uncertain to some people, but like some people like really believe in, just like cryptocurrency, you know,
right?
Where like if you just invest in it, its value will go up, and if like more people like know about it and believe that it's a real fucking thing, more people are gonna pay money into it. So that, you know, it makes sense why the Bitcoin price would go up. What do you think about that?
I think it's plausible. I feel like definitely. I don't know. I kind of tried to get into crypto trading in sort of like a manic sense. I was like free over Christmas break, and I was like, not last Christmas break, but the year before, where I was like, I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna look at all the graphs, and I made like so many accounts on like different trading websites. Like,
did you?
And then I lost interest. I was just holding. I was kind of learning. I bought like a few $100s worth of Bitcoin, and now I was just kind of holding it, which I still have. I don't know what the value of it is right now.
Yeah, it's going up a little bit, apparently.
Well, I didn't buy it at a great time. I bought it around like,
it was expensive.
I want to say like 9,000 or something. Oh. And it got up to what, like...
It's at like 4,000 now.
Right. Oh, wow, really? Mm-hmm. Damn. Where did it got up to like 16,000. What was the highest it got up to?
I'm not sure. Look at the Bitcoin.
So I don't know if...
Stock. I can look at the graph. Yahoo Finance. I mean, I just remember it crashed recently because people just like started freaking out about it for some reason. Oh yeah, see, all right, what is this? 2018 in November, it was at almost $7,000. It was at 6,500, and then today is at 4,000.
Wait, that's the highest it ever was?
That's no, it ever was.
Yeah, there was a while right after I bought it. There was a huge spike. Not right after, but it got and then it fell. It was look around.
Highest it ever was almost 20,000.
That's what that's what I thought. Yeah,
it got was up to in 2017.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, December of 2017. That's when you bought it.
I bought it around 9,000. I bought it around 9,000, so I could have sold it at then. But selling it is like so like the way trading works. I don't really have the mind for like stock trading or like.
I wish I did. Currency. Dude. You would make so much money. I feel like
you can make really good money, especially on this. It's like with crypto trading. Yeah. It's like fast money because like it moves way faster than the stock market. Yeah. But the thing that's like I'm so skeptical of it because it's just speculation. Like the fact that people are buying it is what gives it its value. It's all like weird. It's just like a numbers game.
It's kind of,
but it's weird. People are literally become overnight millionaires on that shit, and good for them.
Yeah, who was that rapper that like didn't know he had any, and then like randomly found out he had like millions of dollars in like Bitcoin?
I don't know.
There was some rapper that found that out.
Well, like it was like
he had like $5 million. Yeah, or some shit. He just had it from like some.
Dude, I remember like.
It's just like, damn, dude, you just $5 million. Wow.
I remember as like a freshman in high school first hearing about it, and people were like talking about it. Had I known just to have one, dude, just one, just one of them. Because like when I bought it, I bought like $400 worth, and it was like 0.000000 like 3 Bitcoin or whatever. It's like this is very confusing. As like imagine if it actually was the currency, you'd go and be like, all right, can I get 0.00000345 from you? Oh yes, absolutely. Bitcoin. But we wouldn't have it. I'd touch my phone. It'd be like, ding.
You wouldn't even do that. You just wave your hand over it.
Yeah, because we'd have the chip in our hand.
Yeah. I have one last article here that we can talk about.
All right. We're at like 50 minutes, so we can kind of wrap it up and do like a little jammy jam. All
right, this one's called Andrew Yang's 7 Wildest Campaign Proposals. So I can just fly through these.
The wildest ones. Let me see what I think of these. So I'm like for him, right? It's still early. I'm a lazy fuck. I haven't like gone on his website and like looked at his whole platform policy. But hit me with him.
I just like the guy, you know.
I like the guy. Twitter, the boy is good.
The things he tweets are nice. I like him. Okay. The first one is called a domestic infrastructure force called the Legion of Builders and Destroyers.
For the fucked up infrastructure to like chain.
Yeah, this is his idea to modernize military spending, and it would divert 10% of military funding towards that. And
just like here or abroad.
I think just America. It would be given the power to overrule local zoning laws and city regulations to make sure the building and destroying of infrastructure could be completed quickly and effectively.
That would be dope.
I mean, that's
honestly,
nice. We would definitely need that. We would benefit from that.
Dude, just from what I've seen of when construction... Now, obviously, I don't know the first thing about construction. But when you're driving along and it takes months for people to like finish a road and you see like 5 guys standing around... There's got to be a way it can be done quicker. And if there's an agency that like works with them and oversees that and makes sure shit's done fast, well, because our infrastructure system, like we have our bridges are, I've heard are like in the world are like some of the lowest rated.
Like in America?
In the world, and like America's bridges are like some of the worst rated.
Okay.
We honestly, because you drive through small towns. That would be cool if there was a force in like. The money, I don't know if hopefully those funds, that'll be enough to like pay those people to do that and have them like beautify cities. Because like some of these like, like coal mining towns, like the Rust Belt towns, so you drive through them and some of them are like really small towns and you just drive down the main strip and it's, like 2 decrepit buildings, maybe like one like little store that looks like decrepit. There's vines growing over things or there's like shattered windows and there's no money to fix that stuff.
Right.
And the people that live there, like your environment is how you feel. So if you're living in a town that doesn't look very great and I feel like you're not going to be as motivated to be as good of a person as you can be, and you're not going to be as happy as you can be. I definitely feel like there need to be ideas like that need to be implemented in a way that, because I'm for government intervention if it's going to make people happy and like beautify like our country. Like I would pay more taxes for that shit. Like
right. That's what I'm saying, dude.
I don't care. I mean, I say that now as someone who has no money. I'll ask me in 20 years when I'm rolling in it how happy I am to be spending my taxes. But going back to like the choosing where your money goes, if that would be an option, like that's absolutely something like that.
List. Just 1% of the tax
1%,
dollars.
which honestly,
national holiday called
1%.
Revenue Day.
1% seems small, but at the same time, it probably isn't when it comes to.
A lot, I feel like
Well, over time and. That's got to be like a few $1,000s for someone who has... Well, wait, hold on. No, well, maybe a few hundred. It's just like a regular... Someone's making like 6 figures. Someone's making like $100,000. I don't even know what the tax bracket is. Like 20%? What even is it? Let's say it's 20%. Let's say it's 15%. So it's $15,000. What's 1% of 15,000?
15. Does it be $15? All right.
Sure.
Would it be 150?
Or would it be 150? Oh. Still, that's nothing. $100. 1%. You
said 15,000.
Yeah.
15,000 times 1% is 150.
Well, you can just put 150. That's like nothing, dude.
I know.
But for like really rich people, they aren't even paying it anyways. Dropping truth bombs.
Number 3, he wants to require airlines to auction overbooked seats.
Overbooked?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
He wants to change his policy. Airlines cannot forcibly remove customers from airplanes. Instead, airlines would be forced to hold live auctions on airplanes that are overbooked, in which the airlines would offer more and more money until one of the passengers agreed to give up their seat.
That's fucking good.
That's awesome.
Because that's bullshit when you get to the airport. It's like, ooh, it's overbooked. It's like, the fuck do you mean it's overbooked?
How do you let them...
You have as many seats as you can sell, you fucks.
Right. That's
yeah.
annoying, dude.
So...
Number 4, encouraging parents not to circumcise their kids.
Yeah, absolutely,
I mean,
dude.
for sure.
As a mutilated baby myself.
Right. Like, if he says there's no
hands off the baby dick.
It's a cultural onus, is what he said. That's nice.
And even I don't give a fuck if you're Jewish. That's a fucking baby dick. And there's situations where rabbis will kiss. They will kiss the baby dick. Have you seen this?
No, I don't want to see it.
Don't look it up because it's horrific.
Yes,
but it's a
real thing.
Hey! Far be it from me to condemn any religion. Number 5.
Based on your your beliefs.
Based on my
your
no,
knowledge.
please. It's just my belief that baby dick shit. I respect everyone else's beliefs when it comes to baby dicks. Continue, please.
Okay, on number 5, paying people who move for work. So his platform revolves around the idea that robots will replace us. In response, he thinks that people give $1,000 for their moving expenses, I guess. So there's that.
That's pretty good.
Robocall
Again, I would need to see where that's coming, like the money for that is coming from. I'm sure like he has a plan for where it all is coming from. So, but all of these things. He's very smart. What I like is he's very smart, and all of these policies are very pragmatic about where we need to be moving in order for everyone to have the chance they need.
It's like it gives people like the opportunity to live better in like the modern day rather than living by like the rules set forth hundreds of fucking years ago.
Right. People on the right love to say like, oh, well, that's the beauty of the United States. If there's no work, just move. But no, it's not just move. First of all, there's family that's there. Some people, maybe they're taking care of their elderly
these last two don't matter.
Relatives. You don't have money to move. You don't have money for a new house somewhere or rent somewhere in a more expensive location.
Right.
So I could see that as being something that could benefit.
Yeah, so that's our boy, Andrew.
That's our boy, Andy Andy Yang Gang.
Hashtag Yang Gang 2020.
But honestly, what do you think the chances, if he's elected, what do you think the chances of that passing are? Or do you think he'd just be like, nope, fuck you, executive order, find the money, fuck you, $1,000 to everybody, fuck you?
I think they could figure out where to
I've seen the argument where people say, giving everyone $1,000 people will just all the prices will raise and then it just won't matter.
Right, like inflation.
What do you think? It'll just everything will just
apparently
become inflated.
it won't. Apparently it won't do that. He doesn't think it will.
You heard it here first, folks. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know anything myself.
Next, pass it off to you, Jim.
Yeah,
Thanks, Weston. No, but for real, I'm not an economist at all. So I'm just trying to wrap my little pea brain around the fact that over time, obviously over like 10 years, things inflate anyways. But would we see if everyone has like... Because if everyone gets it, it would help the poor immensely. The middle class, somewhat. Rich people wouldn't give a shit. But would it like... I'm trying to think like the ways... Because people, like, companies would have to instantly be like, oh, we're just going to raise prices. Which would be shitty, and people would be like, fuck you.
Right.
We see what you're doing. I feel like it would rely on us having to, like, patrol. Not...
Patrol?
Not patrol, like, the government's going to force companies not to change their prices. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Maybe places would... No, they wouldn't. People get paid less if like employers knew they were getting paid $1,000 a month. On a free? On a free?
They might.
Maybe
that's where it balances out.
But at the same time, everyone's going to do something differently. Maybe some companies raise prices. Maybe some employers lower wages. But at the same time, not everyone's going to do that. Mm-hmm. That would, take an impossible coordinated effort.
It would.
Over time, I could see how maybe it would, and then maybe over, 10, 20 years, $1,000 wouldn't mean anything. But I feel like it's what we need now. Like, it's a good idea for what's going on now. And maybe it'll flatten out after a while, but I see it in the short term definitely helping people and pulling them out of shit.
Especially with automation just becoming more and more prominent.
Oh,
That's good. You want to do a little song?
A little jammy jam?
Yeah, dude.
Oh no! That's gonna be in the recording though. Yeah, what do you want to do?
We don't cut anything. Whatever you want to do. We really just played random shit the last time it ended, so. Does it really matter?
I could perform that one song I got.
Sure, dude.
Do you want to djembe or do you want to?
Do you want to djembe it?
Djembe it up.
Djembe it up. I can shake it up too.
Just follow my lead. All right.
Sure.
Just look into my eyes.
I'm always looking in your eyes. Yep.
Follow my. Kiss me. Just kidding. All right.
No pressure.
I'm nervous.
It's just the podcast. It's just the podcast.
All right. Everybody, this is today Written and performed by Weston Kinghorn. Performed today by
The Shafts.
Yeah.
Let me see if I remember the words. I was walking somewhere, I don't know what I was thinking. I might have lost my mind. I tried, but I somewhere then I just fade away. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yeah, I made mistakes. Never knew that I could pray. But I knew you could know me better, but I just ran away. Is that okay? Is that So I just let myself go and dissolve into the ocean of all that ever was and ever will be. So I hope that we'll all live on in every idea, thought, and song. So let me slip away so I can come right back again like the prodigal son. Oh, like the prodigal son. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Again, we're going to plug our...
You're going to plug...
Our social media. Our Instagram is @the_shafts. SoundCloud is @WeAreTheShafts. And our Bandcamp is @the-shafts.
Stay tuned for more updates and music releases.
Of course.
And podcast releases. And fashion lines. And art. And we're going to do art. And we're going to do freeform dancing. Interpretive dances. And we're gonna do improv, and we're gonna have skits, and we're gonna do cooking classes and crafts and show and tell. I'll be playing the drums. Alex will be on the didgeridoo. We're gonna be drinking coffee. We're gonna be drinking beers. We're gonna be
Smoking dope.
We're gonna be smoking dope.
Yep.
Not on camera.
Not on camera.
Forever, forever, forever and ever, and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
For listening.
Damn it. Oh, it just plays what I highlight. Okay, hold on.
Thank you for listening to Psychoactive with the Shafts.
Bye, everybody.